Hello guys, good morning everyone. So quickly, I've been getting a lot of questions from some of my people telling me, so what exactly is going on with Bitcoin? Can you quickly do some analysis? What do you expect? What are you thinking? Are we looking at a drop off from the face of the earth? Or what should we be looking for? Because I know yesterday, as of yesterday, so yesterday I mean 20th of January, and people were beginning to think that we found support and we're going to rise to the moon. So I'm going to show you a little bit what I think and why I expect that to happen. Okay, so as usual, please, if you enjoy my videos, leave me a comment telling me what you'd like me to do more. Leave me a like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channels, because that would mean a lot to me. So first off, so let me show you what it looks like on the so let's look at the daily chart, right? So, and I'm going to show you certain areas in the markets that some people were looking at, so I'm going to take this one off for now. Now, if you look at this, right? So we had this zone. So as of yesterday, this particular candle here was pushing up, and people were interested. Oh, now it has found support. We found a low price, and we're going to rise. Now, I had a different bias. So I was looking at this trend line. Now, most of the time I try to make my decision based on smart money and all, but I also kind of like combined all of it together. So this was one particular trend line I was looking for, that I needed to see this break, but not more important than seeing it break. I expected that we could see a drop off, because most people, remember, most of the time when everybody's expecting price to do something, the price tends to do the opposite. So when people are expecting to see price do one thing, price tends to do the opposite. So see, here's what I mean. So let me just move this over. Now, if you look at this, we had this low price back here in September of 2021. We had this reaction from this area that people consider resistance turn support. And again here, now we have price come into this zone and tapped it, forming this candlestick formation, bearish and bullish pin bar. So this is, what you call a clear bullish pin bar, and everyone is expecting, well, we're going to see price run up. We found a low and we are going to 100K. Well, the market had a different view. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean we won't do that, but here is the thing. A lot of people are seeing this. A lot of people are starting to get interested in buying. People are trying to buy from the 50% retracement. They're trying to take this up. And what does that mean? It means that a lot of liquidity is resting below here. So a lot of people who are trying to get involved, either buying from this after seeing this and placing stop loss down below here. People are looking to set pending buy limits from some retracement, maybe looking for some other blocks or those interesting areas to look to buy from. I've already started buying, and yesterday's candle at some point was pushing up, going to challenge this trend line resistance, and people were thinking, now we're going to break 45K, we're going to go up to 60, 70K. Now, here's what happened before the end of the day. The market rejected from that area, pushed down, and came down to clear liquidity. Now, this is classic, what I call stop hunting, more or less. But here's the thing, right? Here's why I'm interested. Here's one of the reasons why I'm not yet as bullish as most people are. I still feel we could even go much lower because of the way price is delivering. Now, let's go to the weekly time frame, and you'll see what I mean. Now, in the weekly time frame, you can see clearly we are in a bullish trend. We are clearly still bullish. What I mean is, you can see how structure is delivering to us: low to high, lower high to lower low, to lower high, to lower low, to what am I saying? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Forgive me. And then higher low again, and then a new higher high. So even though we're pushing down, as on the much larger time frame, we are still constructively in an uptrend. The uptrend would more or less take a big beating if we break below this low down here. So with that in mind, there is every possibility that we could drop down to find some of the last down move before the up move to maybe take this much higher. Now, this is my own personal suggestion of what I think price would do, and which is why I feel we may see price go down lower. Sometimes the markets could form bottoms like this to get people involved, only to clear that and go lower, to then clear price and go much higher. Now, so what area, with this in mind, this area here is where my interest lies. Look, I kind of expect price to come back down toward this zone, right? We might see price drop down into that zone to then take price higher. And why is that? Now, if you zoom in, if you look into, so this is the weekly time frame, you would find that we have an imbalance here, or what you call pockets, or however you want to refer to it. You would see that much clearly on the daily charts, but there's an imbalance here where the three candles, this candle with this candle did not connect. And so it means there are lots of unbalances here or imbalances here where the market usually tends to run to as liquidity. So here's what I mean. When the market pushed down, leaving this imbalance, you can see how the market came back up to close that imbalance. The same thing here, when the market pushed up aggressively and everyone is thinking price is going to the moon, the market came down and closed that imbalance as well. So with this, with here we're sitting, what do I expect? Well, I expect we could see price continue to drop. You know, I expect this imbalance to be closed, to be mitigated, however you want to, fulfilled, however you want to say it, before maybe seeing the next run up. Now, there's no guarantee that could happen. If we fail to come back down and we start taking out new highs, then we could go up and run up before maybe in some later time in the future coming back to close this area. Now, you can see the same thing here. There are several, so based on the bullish structure, price needs to stay above. So this is a key area. This is the protected low. Price needs to stay above this low here. This is my, what I'll call bigger structure protected low. And price needs to stay above that zone to maintain this bullish outlook. And usually price tends to, you know, come back to find supply or find demand. And then one of the key areas you could find that the S&D zone, in my opinion, I'm looking at this area between 34,000 and, you know, even down to 28K. So we could see Bitcoin drop to 34, under 34,000, under 30K, maybe even as low as 30, 29K. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, because everybody's expecting for the bottom. Oh, this is the bottom. Oh, we found support. Oh, we found support. And what will happen is price will most likely keep clearing those areas, grabbing liquidity to eventually then take price up. Now, so what is my interest? Well, I am interested in, you know, I'm a long-term holder of this, but I'm looking to add more to my positions when we start seeing price drop below these zones, at least clear this imbalance and maybe tap into the zone, look for some white curve accumulation to then take this much higher. And if that were to hold, well, if we find support here, or we find an S&D zone within here and fail to break this structure, well, there's every chance we're going to go up and clear this high, which would mean a lot of movement and a lot of potential gains if that were to play out. So for now, with that story I'm telling myself in the market, going back to the daily chart, I'm not interested in buying or calling the low. I want to see price either break above the structure and then start putting in a higher highs and higher low structure, or drop down into this zone and I'll look for some confirmation in the form of white curve to then try and take this higher back above 70K in the coming months, however it wants to play out. Okay, so that is my brief recap on BTC. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.